Hello everybody, I'm just getting my stream ready for Contradiction Part 3, so sit tight and I'll be ready to go in just a second. Alrighty. Let's get things ready. Let me just get this on my phone because I don't think that my chat on my PC shows. One second, people. Alrighty. Now let's start. Just put my phone here. And let's go. Okay, resume current game. So, let's see, the village center. I think that we need to try, wait, we gotta call the chief.
Not much really, sir, except I've discovered Ryan plays the guitar.
I thought you were going to tell me something useful.
Well, I found out Emma was in the band, too.
What, with Rand?
Don't think so. Not sure, actually.
Well, why don't you find out and ring me back when you've got something useful to tell me, yeah?
Yes, Chief. Sorry, Chief.
Bye-bye.
Alrighty. Alright, sorry about that, I just gotta post something on Discord. Alright, so let's check with Emma, James, Rebecca, Ryan, and Paul. Okay. So not Simon. Emma, James, Rebecca, Ryan, and Paul.
A few more questions, if you don't mind. Do you know what auto-hypnosis is?
It's some type of self-hypnosis, isn't it?
Yeah. Have you ever tried it?
No, I haven't. But I think Kate was into it. She learned it from when she went to Atlas.
And what did she tell you about it?
Not a lot, really. I think it helped her. I think she used it as a sort of self-meditation.
All right.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Is that all I have to ask her about? I guess so. Yeah. Just the auto-hypnosis. So let's go to James.
A few more questions, if you don't mind. Ever heard of auto-hypnosis, James? Self-hypnosis?
Yeah?
And what do you know about it?
It's another name for scrying. Some people call it auto-hypnosis, I call it scrying.
Right.
Hey, Red,
so
how
you're
you
saying
doing?
scrying is just self-hypnosis?
Scrying? You can scry on anything, I don't use a mirror. I can scry watching the clouds. Maybe the water on a lake in the moonlight.
And when you're watching the water, what happens?
I'm
You
doing
go into
just
trance.
fine.
You lose yourself in your unconscious. You go
I'm excited
deeper
for
and
you,
deeper, you swim around.
knowing that you're
Try
going
not
to
to go
China.
too deep.
That's gonna be really
If you
fun.
go too deep, you start drowning. And you get dragged down to the bottom. As long as you stay swimming, you come to the surface again. Then you wake up and see the world as it really is. It's like a journey to a place people talk about, but no one's ever seen. You're thinking about Kate, aren't you?
What makes you say that?
She bought a mirror. Sold her one last year.
Was she into using mirrors like that?
No idea. But she bought one.
Right.
Oh wow, bright and early. Well, be sure to let us know about it. I really want to. I want to hear about your trip, for sure.
Seen this anywhere before?
Nope.
What do you know about doll burning?
Doll burning? What sort of doll burning?
It doesn't mean anything to you.
No. Should it?
No, that's okay.
All right, so no doll burning, and
That's all for the moment. Thank you.
that's James. Rebecca, Ryan, and Paul. Oh, whoops, wrong way. Oh, whoops, wrong way again. Hey, Kevin, how you doing? I can't get into the house. We are investigating the murder of a person named Kate Vine. Our wacky detective is about 40% done with the adventure right now, I believe. But we're making good progress. Oh, no, it's the same case, Red. It's so weird. My computer's not showing the text. I'm seeing all this from my phone.
A couple more questions, if that's okay.
At the bottom of my stream, it says Gabriel Knight. Huh. That's interesting.
Do you know anything about
Oh,
hypnosis
yeah, it's
used
a
on the
tagging
Atlas
thing.
course?
Are you sure you mean hypnosis or the power of persuasion?
What's the difference?
Not a lot. But if you want someone to do something, it's usually easier to ask nicely.
Atlas used persuasion techniques.
Well, don't all businesses use it, Inspector? Ever heard of advertising?
Be back later on, if that's okay.
Okay, well, I'll check it out when everything's done. Let's investigate Ryan and Paul. Huh. No one in the kitchen. Go back into the woods. Simon and Emma. Let's go east from here and see what's what. That's weird. Let's look at the other room in the pub. Nobody's in there. Who's making all the noise? Alright, left, down, right, back to the center. Down by, we've gone all these places. Ryan and Paul. Precisely the people I can't seem to reach. They're not in the Atlas Center. Hey, Wei, how you doing? I can't find Ryan and Paul. Doing walkthroughs live on of adventure games can be very tricky sometimes, and this is why. All right, let's go to Atlas again. Last time we checked, I believe Ryan was here. But he's not now. I guess it's time to see what's what. Emma. Oh, right. Okay.
A few more questions, please. Thank you.
So let's find the contradiction. She said she doesn't know Liam. She's in a band. Liam's death. Doesn't know Liam very well.
Aha. That band
Hey,
you sang
Dan.
in, Blackstone.
How you doing?
Who else was in the band?
Just a few people from college.
Including Liam?
Yeah.
Why did you say you didn't know him?
No, it's not that. I just thought you meant that I didn't know about his suicide.
Did you?
No, I was away on a holiday.
When he died?
Yeah, I only knew him through the band.
She definitely knows more than she's saying. She was in a band with Liam, but didn't know about his problem? I'm not sure I believe you, Emma.
I wouldn't blame him. She's been lying about everything.
Okay, that's it for now. Thank you.
Let's call the chief. Ari's doing pretty well. She's actually sleeping on my bed right now, so I can't see her. She stole the bed from me right now. That's right, let's haul Emma off to jail.
Got something useful to tell me, Jenks?
Chief, I found out that Emma was in a band with Liam, the student who died last year.
What does she know about Liam?
Not much. She wasn't there when he died.
Well, make sure she wasn't. Find out who was there that night. Work out what night it was. Make sure Paul Rand wasn't involved. The other phone's ringing. Call me back, Jenks.
Righto, Chief.
All right. Now let's try finding Ryan and Paul, because for some strange reason I can't seem to find them. Control lock. All right. Oh, hey, fuck fun. How you doing? Hey, Squatch. Alright, we're back to Atlas. I'm sorry that you've had a crappy day, Vagafon. I hope that things get better. Paul and Ryan are just very elusive right now from me. I can't seem to find them. Perhaps I'm supposed to run into something. Sometimes that's how things go in this game. Like there's an FMV that I'm supposed to see. So let's try that out. Well, it's good. It's good to relax and have some downtime. All right, there's Emma and Simon. There's Edenton Hall. Ryan and Paul. There should be an arrow here that says go into the Brandon house, but it's not there. All right, let's see. I'll use another cheat if I have to, because this is getting very nebulous. Oh, okay, some more Emma stuff. Alright. Emma was on holiday. Let's go back to Emma, because Emma's a huge liar.
Ask you a couple more things, please.
Yes, let's ask her. Was on holiday the night Liam died. However, was the third eye when Paul pulled the stunt.
Aha. So, you witnessed Paul's money-stealing stunt, is that right?
Yes.
But you weren't there when Liam died.
No.
Don't quite understand that, you see, because Paul pulled the stunt on the same night. Liam died later that evening.
I must have got mixed up.
So you don't know anything about Liam's death, even though you were there on that night?
No.
Emma.
Emma.
I think you better explain, don't you?
Well, it was the stupid course, wasn't it?
Go on.
Well, we were all told to do stupid things, and then that thieving thing happened, and so...
Take a breath, Emma.
Liam killed himself because of me.
Why?
Liam had a birthmark on the side of his face. And no one would mention anything, even though we all knew it was there. And they all thought it was ugly. So I thought I'd say something, and I even asked Paul if it was okay to say it.
What did he say?
He said he wouldn't mind. Then Liam killed himself. Liam's dead because of me.
Well, Emma, I'm quite sure you regret what you said, but I really don't think you caused Liam's death. There's always more to these things than meets the eye. It wasn't your fault.
We can't tell Simon, please.
Simon doesn't need to know. Don't worry.
Thank you.
I don't see any tears.
9 o'clock. Poor Emma. I suppose it's possible that what she said led to Liam's death, but I really doubt it. I blame the Rands before I blame her.
Yeah, I would too. Although Emma still lies a whole bunch. Alright. Yeah, what does happen after an Atlas meeting? Let's find out. Oh, I guess, everybody left.
Just a few more questions, if you don't mind.
All right.
What do you know about Emma Bowman criticizing Liam before his suicide?
I was there. I witnessed it. Well, I know Emma blamed herself for his death.
Did she?
Well, she was upset and all of that, but I wouldn't blame her, Inspector. I really don't think she had anything to do with it at all.
You don't think?
Liam was a very confident person, very outgoing, very strong individual, or so it seemed. I mean, people are free to do what they like. Even something as irreversible as bumping themselves off. Sad though that is, of course.
Can you tell me about auto-hypnosis?
Well, what would you like to know?
Do you use it on the course?
We dip into it occasionally, but it's not a major feature of the course. I would say that, well, a minority of the students know how to use it, but the majority wouldn't know and have a clue.
It's not a requirement of the course.
No, not at all. We don't ask people to do things that they're not comfortable with. There's no bribery, no coercion. We're thinking about phasing auto-hypnosis out, actually.
What's the reason for that?
Well, to be perfectly honest with you, Inspector, it doesn't actually work very well.
All right.
What do you know about your father's money-stealing stunt?
Oh, well, yes, that was something that Dad decided to do as part of the shock aspect of the course.
But he went too far, you believe.
He usually does.
And do you think it did have anything to do with Liam's death?
No. Liam wasn't like that at all. I mean, that was just a simple, unfortunate coincidence. I mean, Liam had his own problems, but he didn't have any problems with the money shock stunt. No.
I didn't realize you were a musician.
Oh, well, I'm not really a musician. I mean, I dabble a little bit. To be quite honest with you, I'm far more interested in collecting guitars.
You're not in a band.
Well, I did audition. I did audition a few years ago. When I say a few years ago, of course, I mean about 20 years ago. Doesn't time fly?
What band was that?
Oh, I can't remember. Something Stone. Aren't they all called Something Stone? Hammerstone. That's it.
And you still collect?
I haven't
Hammerstone.
played guitar for over a year. I feel I've moved on.
Wait, this might be a contradiction. Hold on. No, I guess not.
Do you know what this is?
Well, I think it's a bag. Is it a bag, Inspector?
The shop.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
the costume shop. Yes, we used
Too
to
bad he
that.
would have replaced
course.
Keith Richards.
Well, yes. For the course, at the end of each stage, we have a little party, and we ask students to dress up or try acting out being somebody new, their new selves, as it were.
Could you explain a bit more? New selves?
One of the main elements of the course is learning how to act, how to be whoever you need to be in any given situation. I think you'll agree, Inspector, that business is about being the right person in the right situation at the right time. What it does, it helps them to detach themselves, become somebody new, pretend, you know that kind of thing. It's surprising what a little bit of cross-dressing can do for you, Inspector. You should try it.
Not at this stage.
Alrighty.
So tell me more about this doll burning.
It's a symbolic ceremony we perform every few weeks on the course.
What's it about?
It's about burning your old personality and finding a new one, a better one.
So the dolls are...
You. They represent you from the past. Each doll has a picture of the student as a child or a teenager. And they burn the doll and symbolically destroy their old personality. It's quite simple but effective, I find.
And why did that girl shout?
Because it's an emotional thing. She's quite clearly become very attached to her doll. They do spend the first month with them. We tell them to take the doll everywhere with them before they actually go through the doll burning.
And you believe that's a good thing? Destroying your past?
Of course it's a good thing, Inspector. We're all shackled to our past, particularly you by the sound of it. Perhaps we should make a doll of you, Inspector, and burn that. What do you think?
No, thank you.
You're probably right. I'm not sure it would do any good anyway.
Oh. Alright.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Paul. 2 things I haven't asked Paul. Paul? Is Paul this guy, or is that
Ask about
Ryan?
a few more things, please.
Oh, that's Ryan.
Thank you.
I gotta talk
Probably
to
be back
Paul.
later.
Okay, let's try finding Paul. There we go.
Couple more questions, if that's okay.
Do you think Emma's criticism of Liam on that last night led to his suicide?
I doubt it helped.
Did you encourage Emma to criticize him?
I didn't encourage Emma to do anything. I merely told her what we tell every student to do, to express themselves as they want to. It would be out of order to criticize them after that, wouldn't it? However, I didn't expect her to criticize his birthmark, if that's what it was. That's a decision she took herself.
So you didn't know her well?
No, not at all.
Alright.
Can you tell me more about the auto-hypnosis techniques used on the course?
We don't use hypnosis on the course.
Not at all.
Not anymore.
So how was it used?
Hypnosis is probably the wrong word, Inspector. It's nothing to do with the trances or things like that. It was meant to force... to help students.
Did you force them?
You can't force anybody into being hypnotized. You have to want to be hypnotized. It's not something out of your control. You can't be hurt or damaged in any way by hypnosis.
So you've never put pressure on students to enter into hypnosis?
It would be impossible to do so.
Alright. I think those are the 2 things. What happens after an Atlas meeting? Well, let's call the chief first. I love these old phones.
Yes, Chief, bit more news. It turns out Emma was with Liam on the night he died, and she thinks she caused him to commit suicide. She made fun of him, mocked him as part of the course.
Nice of her. Why did she do that?
Requirement of the course, apparently. To say something offensive. It's meant to encourage free thinking.
Interesting opinion. And I suppose the Rams just think that's what, par for the course or something like that, do they?
Well, Paul wasn't too bothered. He claims he didn't know Emma, so couldn't have predicted what she was going to do.
That doesn't wash. What does Emma say about him?
She does not like him. Really doesn't like him.
So she must have known him well enough. How well did he know her?
He claims not very well.
Well, make sure he's telling the truth. Oh, I've got a cup of coffee to make.
Coffee. Yeah, okay, thanks, Chief.
Bye.
Alright. What happens after an Atlas meeting? Wait, but first let's go and see if we can find a contradiction.
A few more questions, please.
Hardly knew Emma. Let's see.
That's all for the moment, thank you.
Paul. Okay. All right. Yes. All right.
I'll ask you a couple more things, please.
So Paul doesn't know Emma. However, he bought her something. I remember that now. He bought her that necklace.
Aha. You say you didn't know Emma, yet you bought her a freedom necklace.
I don't remember saying anything about buying Emma a necklace.
So you didn't buy her one? So you did buy her one. So that means you must have known her, and quite well too.
Stop making such a big thing about this, Inspector. Look, I've been around a few years. The clock is ticking. And I admit I have an embarrassing weakness for attractive women. It was a stupid mistake, but that's all it was.
So you're saying you tried it on with her?
No, I didn't try it on. I bought her a necklace. I'm not aware that there's a law against buying presents unless, of course, the Third Reich has been elected while I was at a bridge party. Emma was old enough to make decisions for herself. And as a matter of fact, she decided that she didn't want to be bothered with an old fool like me. So nothing happened, no mistakes, nobody got hurt. All right.
Like father, like son. No surprises there. I wonder how many students Paul has tried it on with. Be back later on, if that's okay.
Yeah, we can probably ask the same thing from Emma. Yeah, exactly. Kevin, you just want to arrest somebody.
A few more questions, if you don't mind.
Alright. Alright, so necklace is Emma's, but she gave it to Kate. Necklace was an unwanted gift.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Hold on a second. Emma,
A
you're
few more
lying.
questions, if you don't mind.
Simon didn't know Emma went to Third Eye. Was it Third Eye poem? Okay. Paul encouraged her to criticize Liam. Ah, okay. Freedom necklace card. Necklace is Emma's, but you give it to Kate. Necklace is an unwanted gift. Okay, so something about not with Ryan, but with Paul. Paul's stepstone, okay. Was Third Eye when Paul pulled the stunt? No. Kevin would be a great jury duty person, a great juror, a jury duty person.
That's it for the time being, thank you.
Alright. What happens after an Atlas meeting? Well, let's try Atlas again.
That'll come in handy. Don't know why I never remember to buy one.
Maybe a good executioner too, yes. Alright, nothing here.
A couple more questions, if that's okay. Thank you. Probably be back later.
Where might that torch be useful? go somewhere where it's dark. Okay. Alright, I think it's in one of the buildings. Not this one, apparently. Yeah, with this, just going into people's houses and not asking any questions. Let's go up the steps and see if there's anything in the greenhouse. That would be a good twist. Oh, look at the scrying mirrors. Well, let's go further up. There's gotta be a place where a torch could be used. Where might that torch be useful? Oh, perhaps. Perhaps here. Nice car. This is the pub. The outbuilding. We've been in the outbuilding. There's nothing there. Is there someplace in the woods? No, it's not. It might be someplace in the woods. The woods are dark. No, I don't need to talk to Emma or Simon. All right. No use for the red torch here. No red torch here. This looks dark, but I think I used it here. Yeah. What in the heck? Something in the corridor? That's pretty bright. Maybe I'll ask Ryan about the torch.
A few more questions, please. Thank you.
It's not worth talking to him
That's all
about
for
the
the moment.
torch.
Thank you.
Hold on a second. I'm gonna find this out. Okay. I think you have to go to the outhouse behind the pub, where I think we went before. All right. The outbuilding. I guess I didn't try using it here. Yeah, well, it's perfectly bright here. He doesn't need a torch for that.
Well, and there's the mask symbol again. Looks like someone's been trying to make a point.
That would be James. All right. Let's save early and often. We're past the 50% point. Let's go to James.
Ask you a couple more things, please. Know anything about these?
Nope.
Well, that was good talk.
Be back later on, if that's okay.
Just a few more questions, if you don't mind. Have you ever seen these?
It's Ryan's car. It got vandalised last year. His camera had been stolen, so I took pictures. God, whoever did it made a mess, didn't they?
But nobody was prosecuted for it.
Not that I remember. The insurance paid out, though.
All right.
Okay, that's it for now. Thank you.
Let's go to Simon and Emma.
Ask about a few more things, please. Have you seen these before?
No. Don't know the car.
All right.
Thank you. Probably be back later. Do you know anything about these?
Nope. Sorry.
I don't believe you.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Ryan and Paul, of course.
Couple more questions, if that's okay. Do you know what these are?
Yes, that's Ryan's car. Another toy he managed to ruin. It was vandalized sometime last year.
Do you know who did it?
I don't believe anybody was ever prosecuted for it.
All right. That seems to be consistent.
That's all for the moment, thank you.
Yeah, I believe Ryan's still at the Atlas Center.
A few more questions, please. Do you know what these are?
Oh, yes, that's my old car. It was vandalized. I took those for the insurance company. Where did you find those?
At the pub. You know who did this?
Yes. A girl called Lisa Blint. She was on the course, very strange girl.
And why did she write the words devil worshippers all over your car?
Well, she was a very strange girl. She had a lot of psychological problems. I'm not entirely sure, Inspector. I mean, she took a dislike to the course for some particular reason. I couldn't quite put my finger on it. And she asked for a refund. I declined. And she decided to spray her disapproval all over my car.
Odd thing to spray, isn't it, though? Devil worshippers?
Well, she was a very odd girl, Inspector. Maybe she thought it was a way of getting back at us. I've no idea.
Did Rebecca know about it?
Well, yes, she did, but I wasn't about to unleash Rebecca on her. She can be quite fierce sometimes, you know. And I mean, the girl wasn't vindictive. She had psychological problems. She lives in the village, actually. The run-down house at the end of the lane. Can't miss it.
Really? Right, thank you.
Okay.
Be back later on, if that's okay.
Time to see Lisa. I guess that's right here.
Could that be where Lisa lives? Run-down house at the end of the lane. That's what Ryan said, wasn't it? Is it Lisa?
Yes.
Inspector Jenks, I'm investigating an incident in the village. I wonder if I could ask you a few questions.
What sort of incident?
I'd rather come in and discuss it if that's all right with you. I promise I won't take long. Thank you.
I wouldn't say
I'll
yes
just
to
go
him.
in, yes?
I have to go out in a minute.
Oh, look, I can come back later.
I might not be here. What did you want to ask?
I just wanted to ask you, Did you know Kay Vine?
No.
Right. Well, I heard that you're familiar with Atlas, the life skills training company.
What do you want to know about Atlas?
Well, I heard you reacted badly to it.
Of course I reacted badly. So would anyone.
He's acting kind of creepy, yeah.
Because they're devil worshippers.
Devil worshippers.
They're making demons appear. They're tricking everybody. They're getting people to join up. Then they're putting demons inside them.
Okay,
You can
she's a
see
little
them.
weird too.
See who?
Demons.
Where could you see them?
In the mirrors.
At Atlas.
Any mirror. You can't get rid of them. They stay inside you.
So, how did you get rid of them?
I didn't.
You still see them?
I just don't look. I put all the lights on. I make sure it's all bright. I put them on when I need to look in the mirror. If I make sure everything is bright, I just see myself.
No, I don't think it's supernatural. I think this person's just
Seeing
a
the other
little
person.
odd.
Who is the other person?
She's like me, but older. It's like her eyes sink in. She's all wrinkled, with a wrinkled mouth, like she's dying. And then I realize I'm her. I'm not me anymore. I'm her. I'm sorry, I have to go now. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I understand what you mean by that way.
What a very fragile and disturbed person. And utterly convinced that Atlas are worshipping the devil. How are Ryan and Paul going to get out of this one?
Alright, let's see. Save early, save often. Simon, Emma, James, Rebecca, Ryan, and Paul. All right.
Ask you a couple more things, please. Do you know anyone who is interested in or involved with devil worship?
Have you met Lisa?
Which Lisa are you talking about?
Mad Lisa, lives on her own, doesn't like mirrors.
Yeah, I've met her. You think she's mad?
You can't look at yourself in the mirror without seeing ghosts. You've got problems, don't you think?
How do you know her?
She came to the bar for some eggs a couple of times.
Oh man, if Grace came in,
And what did she
that
tell
would
you?
be something. Grace from Gabriel Knight too.
Except she thought the devil was after her.
What did you tell her?
Grace and
Well, the
Gerda.
devil needs a good reason to be after you. She was just like most people, really, blind to herself. Except she was more extreme. That's all madness is. Being blind to yourself.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
All right.
A few more questions, if you don't mind. Do you know anything about devil worship, Paul?
I beg your pardon?
Devil worship? Satanism?
Am I missing something here?
I heard Atlas had elements of Satanism on the course.
You are misinformed. We're a training company, we're not devil worshippers. What kind of a question is that?
So you've no interest in the occult?
No, Inspector, I have no interest in the occult any more than I have interest in pole vaulting, cheese making, or snake charming. Anything else you want to know that I'm not interested in?
That's fine, thanks. That's it for the time being, thank you. A few more questions, if you don't mind. Have you ever come across anyone interested in or involved with the occult?
As in black magic? No, why?
Atlas don't use occult techniques or anything like that?
Atlas? Not unless Ryan's got a secret he's not telling me about. Why, who's been talking?
Just a line of inquiry. Okay, thanks. Thank you. Probably be back later.
Alrighty. Let's see. Simon and Emma.
Couple more questions, if that's okay. Have you ever heard about there being devil worship at Atlas?
Devil worship? No. Definitely not. Who said that?
It's just something I heard. Okay, thanks. That's all for the moment. Thank you. What do you know about devil worship?
Devil worship? Where?
What can you tell me about voodoo?
Devil worship at Atlas? No, there's none of that.
Be back later on, if that's okay.
Alright, now we gotta ask Ryan.
A few more questions, please. Thank you. Has devil worship ever been part of the course, Ryan?
Am I correct in assuming that you have spoken to Lisa Blind?
You would be. She's been telling me all about the Atlas obsession with Satanism, Ryan.
Then if you've met Lisa Blind, then you will have worked out for yourself that she has a very vivid imagination. She also has psychological problems, diagnosed psychological problems, as a matter of fact.
So where did she get the idea that you lot were, devil worshippers?
I really have no idea. The girl is insane. She's frightened of her own shadow, bless her. She actually thinks that demons are possessing her even now. You really can't trust a word she says.
So you are saying there has never been any devil worship at Atlas?
I don't even know what devil worship is, Inspector. It's not something I particularly know anything about. I certainly don't recall anyone ever having worshipped the devil at Atlas. We even tried to help the poor girl by paying for some treatment, but she didn't want it.
Really?
It's not easy to offer someone help when they think that you're the problem.
Huh.
Okay, that's it for now. Thank you.
Let's call the chief. I love these police call boxes.
Hello, gents.
Chief, some interesting developments to report. I met a former Atlas student who claims Atlas were involved in devil worship.
Devil worship.
So she claims. She was quite disturbed, even though this appears to have happened some time ago. I found some photos of Ryan's car, which she had vandalized, sprayed devil worshippers across it.
One way of getting your message across, I suppose, and what do the Rands say about it?
That Lisa's a fantasist. I'm not so sure, though. Something must have triggered it. Seems an odd thing to invent if there is, or was, no truth in it at all.
I presume the Rands deny knowing anything about it?
Ryan says he knows nothing about the occult.
Well, dig a bit deeper, work out what he really knows, and keep quizzing Paul.
Sure thing, thanks, Chief.
Okay. There must be a contradiction. Okay. Oh, I'm glad you like it, Wei. Well, thanks for coming. Even you know, I really appreciate you coming.
Ask you a couple more things, please.
Alright, so they don't know anything about devil worship, but there we go.
Aha.
So, you used to read a lot about voodoo and satanic rituals, but you don't know anything about devil worship?
Well, obviously, I just meant we don't worship the devil. We're not devil worshippers here at Atlas, Inspector. Ridiculous.
But the point is, Ryan, that you claim not to know anything about it, but admitted you were obsessed with it when you were younger. Are you sure none of that made its way onto the Atlas course? And that Lisa isn't basing her beliefs on anything within that course?
Lisa isn't basing her beliefs on anything other than her own imagination, Inspector. Look, we do use some techniques that some students find difficult, disturbing. We encourage them to see things differently, that's all. And some people simply aren't up to that. Some people, like Lisa, that's why we introduced the aptitude test.
What's the aptitude test?
This.
The detective's hat is so bendy.
We ask students to fill in an aptitude test, medical history, psychological issues, that kind of thing, any medication that they have used in the past, any medication that they currently are using. Here, take a look. Basically, it's just to try and make sure that we don't get another Lisa.
Has it worked?
Well, touch wood so far, yes.
Can I keep a copy of this? I wonder how much importance they actually give to this test. And what are they doing that's so disturbing anyway?
Good question.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
All right. Let's see. Simon, Emma, Rebecca, Paul.
Just a few more questions, if you don't mind. Have you seen one of these before?
No, not this one exactly, but we had to fill something similar in on the first night at Atlas. One of those aptitude tests, fitness and stuff like that.
Thank you. Probably be back later. Did you do a test before you started at Atlas?
Oh, yeah. It was all just questions about if I had any illnesses or mental health problems or stuff like that, Like, they didn't actually ask for any proof, so I could have lied through your teeth on that one. Don't think they actually checked.
Interesting. That's all for the moment. Thank you. Ask about a few more things, please. Do you know anything about this?
It's the aptitude test, isn't it, for Atlas? What do you want to know?
Do you know why it was introduced?
I think they had some trouble with some unsuitable students. I suppose you have to be careful who you work with.
All right.
Be back later on, if that's okay.
Oh.
Couple more questions, if that's okay. Can you tell me a bit about this, please? It's the Atlas aptitude test.
What do you want to know?
What does it test, exactly?
It's a test we introduced to make sure that any students didn't have any major personality problems, skeletons in the cupboard, so to speak. We introduced it because we had a little bit of a problem with one of the students.
Lisa.
You are well informed.
And what do you think it was that disturbed her?
I believe that the course proved to be too demanding for her. We discovered that she had one or two psychological problems and she couldn't handle it.
And did you change anything else on the course apart from introducing the test?
We increased the entrance age to 21. Wasn't much, but it's about the only thing we could do. We didn't want another Lisa. We didn't want students turning around and suing us, did we?
All right.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Call the chief.
Make it interesting, Jenks.
Chief, I finally saw a bit of what goes on at Atlas. I walked in on a meeting. Very strange. There were several students sitting around a fire taking it in turns to burn handmade woolen dolls.
You're hoping I'm going to say tell me more, aren't you? I'm changing my mind.
Ryan had an explanation for it, as did Simon. He claimed it was all about burning your past or something. Actually, Simon told me something interesting. He said they also use auto-hypnosis on the course.
Oh, what's that?
Self-hypnosis. Hypnotizing yourself. Apparently, that may have been what disturbed Lisa so much.
Is it dangerous?
Well, not in theory. Nobody I've spoken to seems to think so.
Well, if it disturbs Lisa so much, then it can't be all that safe for everything, can it?
I suppose it depends on your psychological state to begin with, but I'll look into it.
Okay, keep it up, Jenks.
Always do, Chief. Always do.
You're very funny, very funny. Bye-bye.
There must be a contradiction somewhere. Okay.
questions, please.
Aha.
There we go.
So nobody has ever been affected by auto-hypnosis, except Lisa.
Hypnosis wasn't the problem, Inspector. Lisa was the problem with Lisa. That's why we introduced the test.
But the hypnosis was the trigger, wasn't it?
Lisa arrived on the course believing we were all devil worshippers. She was nuts to start with. We didn't make her like that.
Well, as far as I can tell, Paul, you've had one student accuse you of devil worship and 2 others commit suicide. Some of your students aren't having a very good time on this course, are they?
Nonsense. Kate was enjoying every minute of it. She couldn't get enough of it.
Really?
She was full of the joys of life. Bubbly, confident, flirty.
With who?
You mean with whom?
With whom?
Pretty much everybody. Including me, as I remember.
Really? And, did you respond?
I don't get into relationships with students, Inspector. Company policy. It's not professional.
Oh, that's a lie.
Interesting admission that Kate flirted with him. There's no way Paul would have turned down an opportunity like that.
Exactly. Let's see, Kate Vine. Bought a frequent necklace for a student, but once tried to date Emma. Avoids relationship with students. Okay. Once tried to date Emma. And avoids relationships with students.
Aha. So you avoid relationships with students, except for Emma, who you tried to date.
Oh, come on, Inspector. That was a long time ago.
And what about Kate Vine? Did you try to date her or not?
Oh, don't be so ridiculous, Inspector. Kate was an exceptionally clever girl. She knew exactly what she wanted, and she knew how to get it.
You mean that Kate approached you?
It wouldn't surprise me if she was playing everyone in the group. Kate had more enemies than you'd think. She was a very, very manipulative young woman.
It's getting late. I'm gonna have to pick up the pace if I'm gonna solve this by midnight.
Solve this by midnight? Wow. All right. Wonder who's in the pub.
Tell him about Simon.
I really don't think it's my place, darling.
It is your place here.
I just don't want to tell tales.
Tell him about Simon. You know what happens when you don't get what I say.
So it's going to be that kind of evening, is it?
If you play your cards right.
Only if you deal.
Problems?
Hello, Inspector. See you later.
That's a good question, Kevin. Midnight is just to make it a climactic game, I guess. The chief is pretty irritable, though.
Well, isn't that interesting? Ask you a couple more things, please. The cupboard downstairs, there's a lot of unopened stuff in it.
Is there?
Prescriptions. Made out to you.
Oh, they're just spare painkillers. The chemist always gives us too many. He's a friend of the family.
Alrighty.
That's it for the time being, thank you. A few more questions, if you don't mind. Do you know what the medicine in the cupboard at the pub is for?
You'd better ask Rebecca about that. I'm not exactly sure what's in there. She tends to keep her wares under lock and key. Do you know, our wedding night was quite a surprise.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Alrighty. The lodge. Is this the lodge? Oh, Eden Lodge.
Bit careless, Simon. Probably nothing important, but at this stage, I need all the clues I can get.
Ha. Let's see. Let's call the chief.
Any news, Jinx?
Made a bit of a discovery at the pub, Chief. Apparently Rebecca takes what I think is a morphine derivative. She had some on prescription in a cupboard at the pub.
And what did she say about that?
Well, I couldn't make her out, to be honest, but she didn't admit it was morphine. And I saw Ryan taking something from the cupboard too. Didn't see what it was, though.
It could have been the same thing. Well, check it out and get back to me, will you?
Certainly will. Speak later.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right. Let's talk to James.
A few more questions, if you don't mind. Recognise this at all?
Yeah, he fixed my laptop.
Does he live locally?
I think so.
Seen this before?
Don't think so.
That's all for the moment. Thank you.
All right.
Couple more questions, if that's okay. Seen this before anywhere?
No.
Do you know who this is? Dean Hayfield, Aztec.
Sorry, never heard of it. We have some prisoner sort who does our IT. Large guy. No manners.
All right.
Be back later on, if that's okay.
Simon, Emma, Rebecca, Ryan.
A few more questions, please. Thank you. Do you know anything about this?
No, sorry.
Have you seen this before?
No.
Okay.
Okay, that's it for now. Thank you. Ask you a couple more things, please. Have you seen this before?
Nope. Sorry, never heard of him.
What do you know about this?
This is Simon's. I bought this from when we were on holiday. Has he lost it?
He dropped it.
He can't keep anything.
Huh.
Thank you. Probably be back later. Is this yours?
Yeah. That's from my keys. Where did you find that?
Just outside.
Right. Oh, it must have come off when Nathan dropped my keys off. He was borrowing my car.
That's very trusting.
I suppose it is. I am a bit too trusting, really. It's a new car as well.
I think you dropped this outside. Someone you know.
Oh, this is just from some IT guy I met. I don't need it.
Fair enough. I noticed some numbers on the back. Do you need these?
I don't know. What is it?
1905?
Oh, yeah. That's just a pin for something. It's okay. I can remember it.
So not an offshore savings account or anything?
No. It's not important.
All right.
Thank you. Probably be back later. Just a few more questions, if you don't mind. Know anything about this?
No, I don't. I'm sorry. We have our own IT chap. Lovely chap, in fact. Fat and sweaty, though. It's like a double act, doesn't it?
Have you seen this before?
No, sorry.
right.
That's all for the moment, thank you.
PIN number on the back of the business card. All right.
Carry on, Jenks.
Not much else has happened, except I found out that Simon Thompson owns a car which he lends out to friends, apparently.
Bit trusted.
That's what I thought.
Anything else?
I'm afraid that's all I've got at the moment.
Well, keep going, Jenks. Go and quiz Thompson about that car, will you?
Will do, Chief.
Aye.
All right. He said he didn't have a car.
Ask about a few more things, please. Aha. So the bike's the only way you can get to work, yes?
Yeah.
What's wrong with the car?
No, I can't drive the car yet, can I? I don't have my license.
Right.
I got a windfall from an insurance payout. Just figured I'd buy something sensible with it straight away instead of wasting the money.
What was the insurance payout?
It was for a laptop that got stolen down at Atlas.
At Atlas?
Well, they didn't break in. I think they just walked in and took it. The laptop was in a storeroom, but I think the lock was broken, to be honest.
Doesn't sound like they're taking their security very seriously.
Actually, it got a lot better after that.
Think I'll check it anyway. Must have been a very nice laptop to be able to buy a car with the insurance. Or a very cheap car. Might have to have a talk with Ryan about his security measures.
All right.
Be back later on, if that's okay. Couple more questions, if that's okay. Were you at Atlas when Simon's laptop was stolen?
Oh, I believe I was, yes. It was taken from the storeroom in the hallway.
Was it ever recovered?
No, we didn't catch anyone. We're quite exposed out here. Somebody could just have wandered along the lane, seen into the storeroom. It's not particularly secure. They could have been in and out within minutes. That's why we advise people to keep their valuables with them. You can't be too careful these days, Inspector.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Okay. Emma and Paul. Yes, there was a pen, but where do I use the pen? Emma and Paul.
A few more questions, please. Did you know about Simon's laptop being stolen?
Yeah, because it had all my college work on it, which I hadn't backed up or saved. Not that it mattered much, but I did buy a new one. And Simon uses it now. When I let him.
Huh.
That's it for the time being, thank you.
Business card? Where can I use the business card?
Ask you a couple more things, please. And what do you know about Simon's laptop being stolen from Atlas?
Oh, no, I wasn't happy about it.
What did you do about it?
Ryan paid a con man to install a complicated CCTV system at twice the price that it would probably have cost. Seemed to do the trick, though. We haven't had a theft since.
Okay.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Pin. Okay, so... Let's see. Let me figure out where to use it. Let's see. Okay. Was that a PIN number on the business card? Yes, yes it was a PIN number on the business card. But what was that for? Okay. PIN number.
few more questions, if you don't mind.
Okay.
That's all for the moment. Thank you.
Let's see.
A few more questions, if you don't mind.
Painkillers. Is there a contradiction? Aha! Doesn't take any drugs or medicines.
Aha. So, you don't take any medicines except for prescription painkillers.
Well, they're not actually for me, they're Ryan's. For some reason, the chemist always makes them out to my name. He's an old gentleman.
Does Ryan need prescription painkillers?
Yes, he's got arthritis.
Really? He's young to suffer from that, isn't he?
He doesn't have it badly, but he does need medication from time to time.
What medicine is it?
I couldn't tell you, to be honest. Ryan will know.
So Ryan's the one using the prescriptions. I think I might have a word with him, work out exactly what this medicine is.
Yes.
Couple more questions, if that's okay. Tell me about your arthritis.
Oh, you found out about that. Well, yes, I'm old before my time.
That's very unlucky to have it so young.
Well, I take a lot from life, Inspector, and sometimes life likes to give you a little bit back. I mean, it's not too bad, it's not too debilitating. It's mainly some in my right hand, some in my left hand. It's not particularly a problem. Makes it difficult to hold small things, though.
What do you take for it?
I get a prescription painkiller.
How often do you need that?
Not often, as and when. I keep some here, I keep some at home. It's not a problem.
At work and home. Contents of cupboard belong to Rebecca. What? All
Be
right.
back later on, if that's okay.
Simon, Emma, and Paul.
A few more questions, please. Thank you.
Did you know about Ryan Round's arthritis?
Arthritis? I didn't think Ryan had arthritis.
Okay, that's it for now. Thank you.
Did you know about Ryan's arthritis?
Ryan? He's got arthritis?
Apparently.
Oh, I didn't know. I hadn't noticed he had any problems.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Alright, let's ask Paul.
Ask you a couple more things, please. When did Ryan begin to suffer from arthritis?
Ryan doesn't suffer from arthritis.
Really?
The only thing that Ryan suffers from is a pathetic inability to deal with any kind of discomfort. He pulled his back sometime last year. Since then, he's going around telling everybody he's
Okay, thanks.
arthritis.
I thought he had medication for it.
Oh, he only has medication because his GP, who is almost as dysfunctional as he is, keeps prescribing it for him.
Arthritis?
So you don't believe he really has arthritis?
Not at all.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Alright. Let's call the chief.
Still calling, Jack?
Yes, Chief, afraid so. Got a bit more news. Apparently the prescription I found does belong to Ryan. It's for his arthritis.
Arthritis? Ryan? Has he told you this, or...?
He explained it, yeah. It seemed genuine enough. Although it's impossible to tell with Ryan.
Well, keep at him. You need to find out who's taking it, when they're taking it, and where they're taking it. You're getting closer, though, Jenks. Keep it up.
Thanks, Chief.
Bye-bye.
All right. Let's see here. Let's check the, aha. Is that a pin number on? What is that freaking pin number thing? All right. Let's go back to Ryan.
Just a few more questions, if you don't mind.
Some at work and some at home, but what? Okay, that should work.
Aha. So, you don't keep any medicines on site at Atlas?
No.
Except your prescription painkillers?
Well, these are not available to the students.
But they are kept on site?
Yes, but they're locked away. They're kept in the storeroom. Nobody would have access to them.
You're sure about that?
Absolutely sure.
And what are the painkillers, Ryan?
They're painkillers. Just painkillers. Normal painkillers.
Paracetamol, codeine, morphine.
Well, all right, they're morphine tablets, yes.
Oh, really?
Oh, come on, Inspector. I know what you're thinking, but there's no way Kate could have had access to them.
Because they're in the storeroom?
Well, not just that. She wouldn't have even known about them, or where they were.
Sure about that?
Yes.
So it is morphine Ryan's taking. The pieces are starting to come together. Now I just have to work out how Kate got hold of it. If it was Ryan's morphine she got hold of course.
Well, let's see. There's a contradiction. Ryan says he keeps some morphine in a secure storeroom, but he says that things are pretty easy to steal.
Aha. So the storeroom isn't particularly secure, yet you keep your morphine tablets in there. I thought you said no one could get access to the morphine, but they could, quite easily, couldn't they, Ryan?
I didn't mean that storeroom. I meant a different storeroom. I keep them in there.
Okay. So where was it locked up?
It's upstairs. It's got a combination lock on it. Nobody could have access to it except me and Dad. Nobody.
I might have a look at that if you don't mind.
Don't mind at all.
A combination locked room, I see. Well, I might have a look around for that. See how secure and combination locked it really is.
I believe we have that combination, or we have a PIN number. Aha, yes, it is coming together.
Welcome to the mirror room.
What?
This exercise is all about identifying the difference between the image one presents to the world and one's real self, which lies deep in our unconscious. As you move through the network of mirrors, practice seeing yourself as a stranger. The more you separate from your persona, the more aware you will become of your true desires and ambitions. Chant with us. I am free from my image. I am free from my past. I am free from myself. I am free from my image. I am free from my past. I am free from myself. I am free from my image. I am free from my past. I am free from myself. This exercise involves the use of liberation masks. You have now completed Module 1. Module 2 covers boundary testing, threshold testing, and extreme testing. Please read the notes carefully before attempting the module.
Okay, that was a lot. Save game.
Ask about a few more things, please. Can you tell me what you know about the mirror room upstairs?
Oh, you found that then. Well, it's very similar to the costumes, Inspector. It's designed to help the students look at themselves differently.
And what do you do with the mirrors?
You look at yourself, Inspector. You look at yourself until you start seeing yourself as others do. And you don't see yourself as you do anymore. It really, the idea is that you can see yourself eventually any way you wish.
So why in a locked room?
To make sure you're not distracted, that's all.
How often is it used?
Not often, a few times a month. Some students find it useful, some don't.
right.
That's all for the moment, thank you. Couple more questions, if that's okay?
Do you know about the mirror room at Atlas?
Mirror room. No, I heard about it, but I think it was only for the students later on in the course. Something like that.
Be back later on, if that's okay.
Do you know about the mirror room at Atlas?
Yeah.
What's it used for?
Well, it's mainly for the auto-hypnosis module. You go in and you stare into the mirror and you go into a trance. Then, when you're ready, you come back out.
So you just go in whenever you want to?
Oh, no. There's certain times when you're allowed in, and only they know the combinations anyway, so you can't really get in.
But you don't know the combination?
No.
Oh, that's a lie. He memorized it.
Aha. So you didn't know the combination to the locked mirror room?
Nope.
Except you'd written it down, hadn't you? This is the combination to the mirror room, Simon, that you wrote. It isn't a pin, it's a combination.
Yeah.
You see, this sort of thing makes me suspicious, Simon. What were you doing in there that you didn't want anyone, including me, to find out?
It's just part of the course, isn't it? I just wanted to go in there when I was ready.
On your own? You didn't give the number to anyone else?
No.
Simon, there was morphine kept in that room that might have played a part in Kate Vine's death. Did Kate have the number?
Yes, okay. We both went in.
Together?
We were trying to outdo each other. We both tried to morph in.
What do you mean trying to outdo each other?
It's part of the course. To see how far you can push yourself. To see if you could do something you wouldn't normally do.
When was this?
A few months ago.
How often did you try it?
Only that once. I'd never do it again.
You hate and love this MC?
I don't know. Sorry.
So that's how Kate got the morphine. But what exactly does this testing involve? Could this have been what killed Kate?
Oh, yeah.
Look,
I
just
get
an hour
you.
left to solve this thing.
I get you, Dan. Just an hour left to solve this thing. 81% done. Man, we're really going far today. Haven't searched the woods in a while. Let's talk to Rebecca and Paul first. Well, woods.
Just keep pushing. Just keep pushing. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. You can push it all the way in, Tom, if you want to. Excellent, Tom.
Excuse me. Would someone care to tell me exactly what's going on here?
Don't come any closer.
That man needs a doctor.
No, he doesn't.
I don't need a doctor. I'm fine. Go
What is this?
A test.
Of what?
What does it look like?
That looks so
It's a
fake.
threshold test. A pain threshold test. I thought you were supposed to be good at working things out, Inspector Jenks.
And so this would be for Atlas, would it? Kyle?
You disappear now.
It's not a good idea to talk to a police inspector like that.
Do you want me to make you?
It's okay, Tom. Mr. Jenks won't be bothering us anymore.
Don't make any rash commitments.
Man, people drop a lot of stuff in this game.
You really should take more care of your things, Ryan.
Is it just
Need your
me?
keys, Kyle?
No.
So that's threshold testing, is it? Sticking a skewer through your hand? I could just ask Ryan or Paul directly about this, but I think I'll bide my time. See what I can do with this key fob first.
Okay. Huh. Okay. Let's go. Rebecca and Paul. All right. That's probably to the car.
A few more questions, please.
Do you know anything about a locked room at Atlas with mirrors in it?
Not off the top of my head, no. I think that's a question for Ryan.
All right.
Thank you. Probably be back later. Ask you a couple more things, please. Can you tell me about the room with the mirrors at Atlas? The one with the combination lock?
How did you get in there?
I was given the code for the combination.
By Ryan?
Well, nobody else is allowed to know the code, are they?
And not in theory.
So how is the room used on the course, then?
It's a meditation room where the students can reflect on themselves, literally.
And what about the CD?
That helps too. It's part of the program.
So you send the students into the room, they put the CD on, they stare into the mirrors. And how long does this last for?
Until the CD finishes or they fall asleep. What else would you like to know?
Okay. Let's see.
That's it for the time being, thank you.
I think that's it for the time being, thank you. Let's check the car to see if that's a car fob. Rand M. Okay. Nice whip.
Bingo. Well, Ryan, how have you been up to? Be very interesting to see how he explains this one.
Well, well, well. James. Ooh, poppy pods.
So James is interested in poppy pods, is he? I think he's got some explaining to do. A few more questions, if you don't mind. What can you tell me about several boxes of dried poppy pods in the greenhouse back there?
Feel free to take some if you want.
What are they for, James?
Decoration? Why?
Decoration.
There's a big market for them among the over 70s.
So what are you doing with them?
Selling them. To grannies.
Okay, James, let's just cut to the chase. Are you extracting opium from them?
Me? I can honestly say I've never done anything like that, Inspector.
Sure about that?
Scout's honour.
And who was the guy delivering them?
A friend. Someone gave them to him. He asked me if I wanted them. I said I'd have a look and see if I liked them.
You just thought you'd have a look? No particular reason?
I'm a plant scientist, that's what I do.
Have you ever sold them to anyone else?
I only got them a few minutes ago.
In the past. You know Kate's body had opium in the blood when it was found?
Ooh.
No, I didn't. Hey, that's nothing to do with me.
Let's hope not. Thank you. Right. Probably be back later.
Simon, Emma, Rebecca, Ryan, Paul.
A few more questions, if you don't mind. What do you know about poppy pods?
Poppy pods?
Ever come across anyone selling them, using them?
No.
Now, why do you think Ryan might want to give Kate a cheque for £500?
I've really no idea. Where did you find it?
Just outside.
You better ask him.
You think Ryan was interested romantically in Kate?
I know he has a weakness for blondes, but I didn't think it had gone so far as his offering them cash.
Kate's not blonde. Kate's not blonde. What the hell? That's a contradiction.
That's all for the moment. Thank you.
Alright. Alright, Rebecca's pub.
A couple more questions, if that's okay. What do you know about poppy pods?
Go on.
Ever come across anyone trying to sell them or anything like that? Maybe even in here?
Not that I remember.
Be back later on, if that's okay.
Let's see here. Simon and Emma.
A few more questions, please. Thank you. Strange question. Have you ever known of anyone selling dried poppy pods?
Poppy pods? Don't think so. Isn't that opium?
Kind of. It's okay.
Okay.
Okay, that's it for now. Thank you. Odd question, but have you ever seen anyone handling dried poppy pods?
Poppy pods? As in, for opium?
Poppy pods.
No. Though James did have opium tea once, I think.
Where did he get it from?
I don't know. I didn't ask. James does his own thing.
What does opium tea taste like?
I don't know. I didn't try it.
Really?
I didn't want to risk it, did I? I went to hospital once. I had codeine and I went into anaphylactic shock. The doctor said it was an opium derivative, apparently, so.
Okay. But that's a lie. Because you and Kate did morphine.
Aha. You and Kate took morphine in the mirror room. That's what you said, isn't it?
Yeah.
But you're allergic to opiates, Simon.
Is the volume working
You
well
didn't take the
right
morphine
now?
at all, did you?
Can anyone tell me?
Well, no, I didn't. Kate did, though.
I thought you were trying to outdo each other. That was the point, wasn't it?
We weren't trying to outdo each other.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Fred.
Go on.
Ryan wanted me to test Kate. To see how far she would go to be prime candidate.
What candidate?
Prime candidate. It means the best person in the group, basically.
What do you mean, test her?
But you do it in pairs. One person's the tester, it's me, and the other person's the...
victim?
Well, it's not like that. It's completely consensual. It's just boundary testing. Ryan wanted me to test Kate.
Because they thought she was the best student?
Well, maybe. I don't know. I just did what I was told, okay?
Except you decided to give her morphine. To break the law.
Well, I can't change that now, can I? She didn't die of a morphine overdose, did she?
She died because she drowned. But she drowned for reasons that aren't clear. Atlas seemed to have this all neatly worked out. If Simon's telling the truth, Atlas are lighting the fuse and then retiring to a safe distance, letting students test themselves and push themselves to their limits while avoiding all comeback. Is this what happened to Kate?
Aha.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Oh, gotta talk to Emma.
Ask you a couple more things, please. Do you know what a prime candidate is at Atlas?
Yes, it's what every student wants to be. It's the best student. Apparently you get a great high-paid job afterwards. I don't think that really happens, though.
Did you know anyone in the running to be prime candidate?
What, like Simon? I don't think they picked Simon, to be honest. Well, he's got too many morals, and you can't have both at Atlas.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
All right. Let's go to Atlas. We are zooming
Just a few more
through this
questions, if you don't
game.
mind. Would you like to explain what this is, please, Ryan? £500 intended for Kate. It fell out of your car. At least I assume that's your car on the driveway at Brandon House.
I suppose so.
So why were you going to give Kate £500, Ryan?
It was just a little incentive, that's all. Just a little incentive.
Not very little, Ryan. £500.
She was a very good student. We heard that she was leaving. We wanted to give her something.
But you didn't.
Well, obviously not.
Are you sure there wasn't any other reason you might want to give her this? Personal reason?
No!
Well, I'd like to keep hold of this for a little while, if you don't mind.
Hugo
Well, don't
Punch.
consider it a bribe, will you, Inspector?
Huh. I didn't know that. The blonde guy is Hugo Punch. The skinny blonde guy is Simon.
Now, tell me what a prime candidate is.
You're learning a lot, aren't you, Inspector? Prime candidates are simply the best students. The ones with the most potential.
And what benefits do they get from that?
Well, they get the top job.
Which is?
Well, we have a deal with various multinationals. We train students to be exceptional, truly exceptional. And they get a wonderful top job. It's a very simple deal.
And how do you decide who the prime candidate is? Do you test students?
No.
Did you ever, say, ask Simon to test Kate, for instance?
Oh, you've actually been speaking to Simon, haven't you? I really wouldn't trust anything that Simon Thompson says. You know, he spent the best part of 2 months trying to undermine Kate. No. Now, Simon Thompson, it really isn't my place to speculate, but if you're looking for motives, Inspector, he certainly had a few motives. More than I.
A motive to kill her, do you mean?
Now, that's very interesting, Inspector. Well, that's up to you to decide.
Okay.
Know anything about poppy pods? Come across anyone selling them or anything?
Poppy pods? Well, don't tell anyone, Inspector, but I hear that you can make opium out of those. Why do you ask?
Doesn't matter.
Okay. right. Ryan said money was meant as a little incentive. Students aren't bribed. There we go.
Aha. So, students aren't coerced or bribed in any way, except Kate.
I'm not sure what you mean.
You said you were going to give Kate the £500 as an incentive. That's coercion, isn't it?
I really don't think you could call it coercion, Inspector. It was an incentive, that's all, a little encouragement.
So, how often do you use incentives?
Okay, incentive is probably the wrong word. The money was just to see how Kate would respond. It was part of her assessment.
Assessment?
We have to assess students as they progress. We don't use conventional methods like sitting an exam or anything like that. People pay for this course per session. We have to know if they're committed or not.
So you're assessing their progress and testing their commitment?
Yes, we are. We have to. This is a business, not a charity.
So Ryan's claiming the money was part of Kate's assessment. And did this assessment also involve threshold testing, I wonder? Or was the money for something else?
Okay. Students aren't tested. Students aren't tested, but okay. Students aren't tested. Where is that again? Where's the thing about being tested? Gave money to test assess her. There we go.
Aha. Well, which one is it, Ryan? Do you test students or not?
Well, some of them, yes.
Including Kate?
Yes.
Why was she being tested?
She was being tested because we wanted to see if she was good enough to become prime candidate, okay?
So Kate was in the running to be prime candidate?
Yes!
And did you ask Simon to test her?
Yes, I did. But I didn't ask him to do anything stupid. He knew it was against course rules.
How far did you ask him to push her?
I didn't ask him to push her. I asked him to test her. There's a huge difference! If Simon decided to give her too much caffeine or morphine or whatever, that's his responsibility. So if he did anything wrong, it was his own responsibility. He did it with his own mind and his own hand. We had nothing to do with it.
Whoa.
Midnight, and still no suspect, unless you count everyone I've interviewed. It's no surprise that Ryan wants to avoid any suggestion of being responsible for Kate's death, but I wonder if the man protests just a little too much.
Let's see. 93% done. Oh, we might be able to get done with this. Alright, let's go see Paul. Yeah, government, send him to jail. Every single one of them.
Ask about a few more things, please. Was Kate a prime candidate?
Well, as Ryan has probably already told you, yes, she was.
Did you ask Simon to test her?
Yes, it's company policy. Leaders don't get involved.
And it covers your back, of course.
Well, nobody knows the students better than they do, Inspector. It's much better to let them just work it out among themselves.
It isn't very professional to force students to test each other to the point where one of them gets killed, Paul.
We don't force students to do anything that they don't want to do, Inspector.
So you don't force them into being tested?
No, we don't encourage anybody to hurt or offend anybody else here.
You don't use threshold testing, for instance?
No. If Simon Thompson went too far with Kate, that's his responsibility, not ours. He's the one you should be speaking to, if truth be told. I don't trust him myself.
Huh.
What are prime candidates?
The best of the bunch. The peaches.
And so what does it mean to be a prime candidate?
Success. We have a special relationship with many major international companies. We provide them with our best students. And they get an instant job.
And what do you get out of it?
Well, it's a little kickback. It's just business, Inspector.
Okay. Aha.
Aha. You say you don't endorse threshold testing, that's the phrase, isn't it?
Yes.
Except you do, Paul, because you told me that the students use that CD in the mirror room. I've listened to that CD, and it very clearly mentions threshold testing. You keep batting this away, Paul. We don't really use hypnosis. The students aren't really tested, but I am this close to launching a full-scale investigation.
Look, we get a kickback from these students, and they have to be exceptional. Of course we have to test them. That doesn't mean we do anything illegal. What do you think we do? Bump off the ones we don't like?
Well, that depends on how far you push them, doesn't it?
Well, we certainly don't kill them. Nobody here wanted Kate dead.
I'm sure they didn't. But what do you expect, Paul, when you put students under that much pressure?
She was a very, very valuable student. She was worth a lot to the business.
Really? And how much would that be?
Well, if you really want to know, 50 grand.
She was worth 50 grand?
Yes.
What, you were selling her?
Of course we were selling her. You don't get this, do you? We make perfect employees. Month after month. That's all we do.
What do you mean, perfect employees?
What big business needs, Inspector, more than anything else, is none of this altruistic, goody-goody crap. What we look for is people with ambition, no ethics. Push, greed is good, all right? We don't deal with all this comfort stuff. The survival of the fittest, that's all there is. There's no higher purpose, no big plan. There's nothing at the end of the rainbow, except what you have and you can enjoy in the here and now.
And what do you enjoy now, Paul?
You're gonna have to excuse me, Inspector. I'm a very busy man. I've got work to do.
I'll see myself out. Lovely man, your father.
Shut the gate on your way out.
Whoa.
He's doing his level best to shut this place down. Get rid of him.
He's a policeman. We can't just...
You sort this, Ryan. You man up and you sort it. Tonight.
Shouldn't the windows be cutting some of the volume off?
That doesn't sound good. Two totally morally bankrupt men are plotting to get rid of me. It's midnight. I don't have any backup and I don't even have a mobile phone. This is potentially quite bad. And what's Kyle got to do with it? I think I might make my way over to Atlas while Ryan isn't there.
96% done. I think we're gonna do the whole thing. Jack Nicholson moment indeed.
Damn. I suppose it was too much to hope that Ryan had left the place open.
Prove to me that you're man enough to do this, Kyle, and then you can deal with that ridiculous police inspector.
What is this? What the hell? Scotland Yard, not hell. Hello, Ryan.
Hello, Inspector. What are you doing here?
Inspecting. So, come on. Let's have it.
I don't think you'd understand, Inspector. The best
so
thing
weird.
you can do is turn around, go away, and leave us to it.
Knife.
What?
That knife gives me a perfect right to stick my nose in, investigate, and interfere.
This is all part of the Atlas course. It's a physical endurance exercise.
Drop the knife. The knife, Kyle!
Kyle.
Drop it!
Drop it.
Not looking 100% brilliant for you, Ryan.
Well, please, Inspector, you've poked your nose into Atlas's affairs enough times to know that imaginative flair is part of the course's success. Our lessons are reinforced by a unique emotional experience.
Terror?
It's an extremely evocative tool.
Well, it's a good job you're not in charge of the national curriculum.
Now look, Inspector, I know what you're trying to do. I know what you're thinking. But believe me, Atlas had nothing to do with the deaths of those people.
Eyewitness account of a satanic sacrifice in the woods. That's not what we call circumstantial evidence, Ryan.
Simon. Now, I saw Simon walking home with Kate last Friday after the meeting. Now, Simon had some strange idea that he was in the running to become prime candidate. Well, a knob of butter has more chance of becoming prime minister. Oh, wait.
So are you telling me that
Simon killed her? Well, it seems reasonable. It's likely, isn't it?
Any more likely than you, Ryan?
Who's the person in the mask?
Pig! I know. Police brutality.
Oh my god.
Sorry. You okay? You save someone from being sacrificed, and that's the thanks you get. If that wasn't an occult ceremony, I don't know what is. The Rands have been lying all along. But what's Simon going to say about Ryan's accusation?
I know. Police brutality.
Couple more questions, if that's okay? What would you say if I said it's been suggested that you were seen walking home with Kate after Atlas last Friday?
What? By who?
The same person who suggested that you wanted Kate out of the picture because you found out she was in the running to be prime candidate.
What? Who said that?
Just a question.
I didn't think I was in the running. It was Ryan, wasn't it?
I am in no position to say.
It was Ryan.
Simon, calm down.
No, I can prove it. Kate's driving license, give it to me.
Why?
Kate's driving license, please. See that pattern on the tape there? Let me show you something. See this pattern? Now look at that. It's the same pattern. This has come from the same roll of tape as this.
So?
So there's only one person that's taped like that. Ryan. He gave me this piece of tape when I was in his office once. Why has Kate's driving license got a piece of Ryan's tape on it?
I have no idea, Simon.
Where did you find it?
Oh, by the lake.
Well, it's obvious, isn't it? Ryan was testing her. He was doing a boundary test to see how much she would do, how far she would go to be a prime candidate. But it all went wrong. Okay. It's one of the things we do at the course, right? You give something that's important to you to someone else, then they go and hide it somewhere. It's to teach you to not be bothered when you lose something that's important to you, all right? Kate gives her driving license to Ryan. Ryan goes and hides it somewhere down the lake. Kate finds out, she goes down looking for it, probably drunk, and she falls in.
I'm afraid I find that a bit far-fetched, Simon.
It makes perfect sense if you know anything at all about how Atlas works.
But Simon, if you got the tape from Ryan, Kate could have got it from him.
He told me he doesn't lend it out.
He lent it to you.
But I didn't kill her! Do a lab test on the card. His DNA will be all over it.
And what if yours is all over it?
It won't be. I didn't kill her. I'm sorry. Just give me a minute. I need some painkillers.
No one says it like that. Oh, did he run away?
Where did he go in such a hurry? Was he trying to act as suspiciously as possible?
Huh.
A few more questions, please. Have you seen this anywhere before?
I've seen it somewhere, but can't remember. Sorry, no.
Did Simon mention walking home with anyone after the meeting last Friday?
No, he just came home. Why?
He didn't mention walking home with Kate?
No, definitely not.
Do you know whether Kate was in the running to be prime candidate or not?
I don't, but I do think she would have been chosen. Just because she was, you know, Kate.
You didn't discuss it with Kate?
No. No, she never talked about Atlas.
All right.
That's all for the moment, thank you. Ask you a couple more things, please. Do you know what a prime candidate is?
At Atlas, it's the best student.
And what does that mean?
It means they get a guaranteed job with a very good salary. Well, that's the idea anyway.
But?
Mostly they aren't up to it.
And what happens then?
They get sacked.
Did you know Kate Vine was a prime candidate?
No.
Have you seen patterned tape like this anywhere before?
Oh, Ryan's got some. I know because I borrowed it.
When was that?
A couple of months ago?
Have you still got it?
I don't think so. I haven't seen it since then.
All right, well, that's a lie. Because broken pub window.
Aha. You last saw that sticky tape 2 months ago, is that correct?
Yes.
So how come you used it last week to tape over the broken window outside? That's the same tape.
Well, I must have been mistaken.
I think we beat the game.
See, the reason I'm asking is that it's exactly the same tape that was found attached to Kate's driving license, found at the scene. The tape that only Ryan has. Ryan, and of course, you.
So what are you saying?
Who's got the tape now? Do you know where it is?
No. No, I don't know where it is. Why are you asking me about this tape?
You seem nervous, Rebecca. Is there a problem?
Well, you're practically accusing me of having something to do with that woman's murder, aren't you?
I wasn't accusing you of anything, Rebecca. Unless there's something you'd like to tell me.
No, I wouldn't like to tell you anything.
Okay, well, that's fine. Obviously, we'll be swabbing everyone in the area for DNA, so if anything comes up on Kate's license, DNA traces.
What will come up? Nothing will come up. Right, I've had enough. I've got to get back.
Rebecca.
Would you like to explain to me exactly what is going on?
Which bit? The fact that some leggy bitch was trying to steal my husband?
I think you had better tell me what you know, Rebecca.
Okay, you want to know what I know? Kate Vine seduced my husband and was going to blackmail him. Not only did she sleep with him, that whore did it just for his money, our money.
How did you work that out?
I heard her. I knew it was her arguing with Emma Bowman. Emma was trying to talk her out of it.
And how did she come to be at the lake?
She dropped that driving license thing when she came
Why
in.
is she
She was
saying
drunk.
this?
She dropped her bag. I took it out to the woods and stuck it over the lake. And then I waited for her. When she came out, I told her where it was, said someone had just run off into the woods with it.
You led her to the lake.
She was reaching out over the lake to get it. I didn't do anything, she just fell in.
But you let her drown.
It was dark. I couldn't see anything. I couldn't help her.
Really? Did you try, Rebecca?
Well, it was too late. She was just flapping about in the water. It was pathetic. She was making these gurgling sounds.
And what did you do?
I got a big stick. I just pushed her down with it until she stopped. Well, she was dead anyway. What did it matter?
You killed her.
What?
Rebecca.
She slept with my husband.
She didn't, Rebecca.
What do you mean?
You got the wrong girl.
Who? Emma. It was Emma.
Rebecca Rand, I am arresting you for the murder of Kate Vine. You do not have to say anything, but anything you do say may be taken down and will be used in evidence against you. Do you understand?
Yes.
So, it appears that Kate Vine's death was a tragic case of mistaken identity.
All undone by
There are some
Kate.
loose threads here. What was Ryan doing with Kyle and that girl in the woods? What if I hadn't interrupted? And what really happened to Liam last year? It seems I've only scratched the surface of Atlas and the Rand business empire. Trying to find out about Paul Rand's past is like peering into dense fog. He gives nothing away and covers his tracks with military efficiency. However, what is known is that Paul Rand has a lot of connections in high places, politicians, celebrities, business leaders. Perhaps James Wilson's ideas weren't too wide of the mark after all. I get the feeling there's still a lot more to learn about the Rand business empire.
You're gonna have to excuse us. Atlas is closed for the moment, but we'll be open again very soon. Thank you for your interest.
All right, we actually we did a GG. GG, guys. That was kind of a rushed ending, I thought, but I still really like the vibe of the game, like Wei said. Yeah, GG. I wonder if there's anything after the credits. No, there wasn't a sequel. At least not yet. Oh, hey Seb, how you doing? Yeah, they made it in 2015, so... I doubt there's going to be a sequel. Unfortunately. Well, that's cool. Lurkin's just fine. All right. Well, guys and girls and everybody, thank you all for coming. GG, and I will be back doing this on Wednesday at 8. So, y'all have a great night. I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.